in terms of Iki Island itself and the content, um, what were some of the like standout moments?
Getting actually background onto your father and your relationship with your father and how, spoiler alert, well, we're doing spoilers. That's maybe we don't have to do warning.
We're doing
It's all
spoilers.
spoilers.
Jump straight
Right.
into it.
Like the idea of Kazumasa dying.
Yeah.
Where he died and why he died and the relationship. Then you have to sort of like the fact that when you go to Iki Island, you have to then you're not building your legend. You're repairing the relationship between the Sakai family and the people of Iki. That's what you're doing with all the acts, like, which is really cool. Yeah.
It's quite surprising, isn't it, seeing that death? I don't know why I always assumed that it was like in a snowy environment.
Yeah, I always thought it was at his home or something.
Yeah, I just thought it was too. I think initially that probably was the vision, but they were able to design this in a way that but it appears here.
And the eagle is great. She's barely in the game, but her presence is memorable because of the role she plays.
Well, it's that whole like I suppose as Adam was saying. Yeah, I suppose what Adam was saying last week, the whole kind of Arkham style thing where it's like her voice is playing in your head as you do stuff. And just like the little random occurrences where she comes in and talks to you. It's like that thing of like, I think we're teasing at it last week, but like you fall or something just in gameplay. And it's like, look how you fall, Jin Sakai. And all that. You're like, what the fuck? Like, was that scripted? Like,
yeah, it's weird. It's weird.
I did that on my own accord. Yeah.
I totally saw what you were talking about, Chris. Is like the unexpected last mission. I don't particularly like how that was handled, and I think it should have had at least one more mission, maybe after that.
Yeah,
because none of the missions. Generally, I find that with the main game is that you'd have most of the map kind of cleared through mission. Right, you kind of go from here to here to here, and then we actually only got maybe like halfway down, and now it's like the end of the game, and it's like, wow, that's really weird.
Yeah, I was surprised at that, and I think that's a fair criticism. Is like it doesn't feel like you've reached the end of the campaign before you know it's over.
Yeah.
As much as I enjoyed the entire campaign, that was the thing. It was like, no, I want more. Like it wasn't like a thing of like just get this over with or something. It was like I want more of this. But I have to say that I think it was like the penultimate mission where you find out that Tenzo was the guy who killed your father.
Yeah.
But during that, as you're killing all the Mongols, the waves and waves of Mongols, the fucking music, man.
Oh yeah, it was
amazing.
On that battlefield, it was just really, really, great.
Oh, so good. Like I geeked out so much. How'd you feel about the fact that Tenzo was actually the guy, and he knew all along because he figured out who you were early on, but he was the one who killed your father.
I mean, the minute I saw him, man, it's like, oh, you have a name and a voice and you're a character. Yeah, you killed my dad, didn't you?
Really? Old. You saw it coming?
Yeah, I thought I did. He was old and he had a name. He was a character. Of course, he killed my dad.
That's really interesting. Adam, did you see that coming?
I didn't see it coming, but I didn't quite like how that particular reveal. Just because I would prefer if perhaps the person who killed your dad was actually a nobody and not someone that has essentially he's a hero now. Like he's like a main character hero.
Right.
It would have been more powerful if it was actually just a regular person that just killed him, I think.
Yeah, it's just I kind of like the like even the main game has a lot of this kind of operatic drama about it where you know what I mean, like the people clash over their honor and their families and their duties and stuff. So I quite like that, like the guy who was helping you all along and that you were helping, and that I quite liked this character, and then to find out that he was the guy who actually killed your father, and now there's a sudden like there's a want for revenge, but then there's also a come to understanding that my father was actually the one in the wrong, maybe in this. Which I thought was really cool.
They could have still explored that, I think, even if he wasn't the person.
I get you.
Yeah, I just think that he probably would have a much greater status amongst his group if he's the guy who killed the butcher.
I get what you're saying.
You know,
yeah, that they could have built a legend around him almost. Yeah. But I wonder, is that something that people even know? Like maybe it's not something that he brags about, because it looked like it was only him there at that moment.
Yeah,
or very few people there. in the flashback. Did you guys like Tenzo as a character?
I didn't mind him. He felt like, one of the guys off on mainland even. I liked him. I liked his voice actor too. I thought he felt authentic and genuine. I didn't particularly like the
Fune.
Yeah.
I didn't like her either.
It's like, you sound
strange.
Not Japanese.
Yeah. Not even a little bit.
No, not at all.
I agree with that. I didn't like her either.
Yeah. I think my favorite part of the game, was the mythic quest for your father. Not necessarily the actual mission.
Okay,
I didn't really like the mission, but I thought it was fucking cool, and the fact that it's the last one I've done now, and they're telling stories about the butcher, and you've done all these mythic quests before, and the way they're building up these characters and making them to be larger than life. And now hearing that your own father is has
descended into legend.
Yeah. I just thought that was kind of surprising, and I wonder if some point will there be a mythic quest where they talk about the ghost.
You see, this is the thing. Like, I think you are playing the origin story of a mythic quest. That's what you're playing. You know what I mean? Like, you are playing. Like, when Jin finally dies, everything that the ghost did will descend into legend. This mysterious ghost that wandered the islands of Japan, and he defeated the Mongols single-handedly, and
the items like his mask or something like that.
Yeah, like, I mean, it would be pretty cool if at some point they say this is a trilogy.
Yeah.
And say part 2 is actually the last time we play as Jin.
Yeah,
and in part 3
he dies from a golf club.
And in part 3 or whatever, we play as someone, and Jin's items are the mythic quests, and you can collect the kind of items that used to belong to the ghost, and you could build yourself up as the new ghost, as someone who's like living in the kind of legacy of Jin Sakai. Like that would be a pretty cool implementation, I think.
Yeah,
of mythic quests moving forward. But obviously, you don't want to do that until you still want to play as Jin, guys. Come on.
Definitely, yeah.
No, come off the start. Like, he's going to go into a room full of like Japanese beggars, and he just dies instantly, and people are going to give it. It's gonna be great.
I don't think they're going to do that.
No, they're not.
I don't think they're going to do that. I actually preferred the other mythic quest.
Oh, it's a better quest. Yeah.
Definitely. But I get what you're saying. Like, but I just really liked the whole. I don't know. I got like, when I was in there, I was like, now I feel like I'm in like an Uncharted game or something. Like the crazy pirate and the lost treasure and the caves and the glowing water was beautiful.
Yeah, it was. Yeah, it was nice.
What makes it glow?
Oh, algae.
Yeah.
Oh, wow.
It's when
it's so cool.
I think it's when you disturb it. It's kind of fluorescent and it'll glow in the water. Yeah.
But like for them, then it's just like magical or something.
Yep. Yeah.
It's so cool.
But all together, even the way the game started, that part of the game felt a bit Uncharted 4, didn't it?
Yeah, it did.
The boat sinking, and then you're washed up onto the oak and you're stranded. You have to find your horse.
Yeah.
There's a mission to get your horse back and everything.
And the title, even just the title, when Iki Island came up, it looked amazing. It looked so good. Like, I had to screenshot that. There were so many screenshots at the beginning I had to take because I was like, oh my god.
Yeah.
With everything.
Beautiful section of the game.
Yeah, I really liked the mission with Kenji. I thought was cool.
Yeah, that was
nice to bring back Kenji. Yeah.
I actually thought, believe it or not, I knew it was going to be someone we knew, right? The ghost of Iki. Because it's like, well, it has to be someone who knows me, because they're like kind of taking, they're taking Jin's kind of name or mantle in almost.
Yeah.
But it also seems, because they were saying, oh, we bring them food and we bring them water and everything. I was like, oh, this person's scamming them. I was reminded of, and I thought it was going to be this person. Do you remember on the base game, there's a side quest where there's a guy who's pretending to be a samurai.
Oh yeah.
And all the women are like looking after him, but they actually know, and they're only pretending that they don't know.
But you can kill him, I think.
Yeah, I see. I forgot. Like, I always let him go, you see. And I would have laughed so fucking hard if he had like gone off to Iki Island instead of doing the same thing there, because he was thinking he was safe, but he took your name. It'd be like, are you fucking kidding me? No, can you kill him? Does he not surrender as soon as you draw your sword in the duel? Like, it sets up for an epic duel.
I think you should, though. Yeah.
Oh, you can
shoot him with
yeah.
an arrow and kills him. Yeah.
Well, could they not go Meryl on it and go, most people didn't do that, okay?
I don't know.
But I get it. I get it.
He's a dishonorable man.
I saw Kenji and it was funny, but in my head I was going, I bet you it's this a fucking guy again.
That's a great story arc for Kenji, I thought. You know,
Yeah,
he
cool.
was one of my least favorite characters on the mainland because he was just such a nuisance and annoyance. But to see his, like, you know, full arc being fulfilled here, I thought was really, really cool.
I like him. He's a swindler, and he's you're like, I hate you.
He's that guy, isn't he? From what's that film? Jet Li's, Fearless. Do you remember Fearless?
Yeah.
Do you remember the beggar guy? Yeah, it's he's that kind of character, isn't he?
He is, and he'll stick around more than you want him to. Like, I suppose nowadays, if he was around nowadays, this Kenji character, he'd be the guy that if you're on holidays and you're like sitting outdoors eating something, he'd come up try sell you stuff.
Yeah.
That's what Kenji is, but he'd be endearing enough that you'd nearly fucking want to buy something off him. Be like, go on, you rascal, go on, take the money, fuck off. So he's kind of cool that way. Was there any other like side questy stuff that like stood out to you?
There was one where I found it's a hidden quest. So there's 5 hidden quests on the island you have to do to kind of 100% the game. Okay. Like they won't show up at all. You'll never get anything to say that you've done it. It's just as long as you have an ending cutscene, essentially, you've done it, right? So it'll never come up with a title and it'll never say it's complete. There's one where I found a random house. I kind of go, what's in this house? I got off. When I went in, there was all the Gyozen's pamphlets, the white pamphlets with the writing on it.
Yeah.
And a woman looking at them, and she was trying to decipher, remember the stories of the ghosts of legend. So then you just sit down and tell her a story, and then that's one of the hidden. And I really liked it because I was like, oh, that's kind of cool. It implements the legend story.
Yeah.
And I like even Jin talks about Io. They start off the sentence, then they cut to black, and then he ends the story because like as if he told the whole thing, and then you leave. And I was like, that's kind of cool.
See, that's another one where like the Legends mode is you playing a mythic quest, isn't it?
Kind of.
You're playing what someone else is saying. That's why you have those supernatural abilities and stuff. I fucking love that. It's so cool. There was one where I went to I loved all the little random occurrences of like the flashes he was getting because he was poisoned. And there was one where there was a cat sanctuary that I went to. I think I was talking about this last week as well. But I couldn't say what it was really. But he got there and then got a flash of all the dead foxes.
Right.
Oh wow.
From that side quest. In the base game where the Mongolians are murdering all the foxes, which was one of my favorite quests.
Yeah.
And I was like, does this happen to everyone? Like,
No,
what
I
if I
didn't get
never?
that.
I was like, what if I never did that quest? Or like, what if I didn't give a shit about that quest? Like, if this it just felt like in that moment. I know it's not, but it felt like it was tailored to me. It was like, oh, you bastards! Like that fucking riled me up. And then there was another point. I was at a cat sanctuary, and while I literally as soon as it went like play the flute, as soon as he got down to do it, a dog jumped out and attacked me.
Well, I think that happened to me.
And I was surrounded by dogs, and these shamans had come with dogs. Basically, they had been waiting to ambush. And I was like, this is really cool. So some of the little quiet stuff can.
I think I did get that one, but I didn't get the foxes one. No. And I do wonder about because isn't it in the main game you can go to that island basically in Act 2?
Yeah.
Apparently,
So I wonder if a lot of the side missions and stuff like that aren't actually available until a certain part of the game. So are you hopping back and forth between the two or something like that? Because
I feel like you'd have to.
The dialogue seems to be very much like the Khan is dead.
Yeah.
So I wonder how that plays out for
He's
someone.
Yeah.
Playing it for the
It
first
feels
time.
very much end game content.
Yeah, it does.
Like epilogue, like an epilogue to the main story, because it's like a little bit more about, but also like there's stuff about Jin's past, but there's also stuff like Jin being haunted by some of the stuff that happened. Like I love the little flashes with is it Ryozo? Is that his name?
Yep.
You know, his friend, the Ronin. Like there was a couple of times where I'd see a straw hat and then he would just be there.
Yeah.
And he'd be looking up and Jin would be like, "You're not real," and everything. And I was so reminded of like Dawn of the Planet of the Apes. Oh no, War of the Planet of the Apes. Whenever Caesar would see Koba.
Yeah.
It was really like that, you know. It was like haunted by his friend who he killed because they disagreed on the way things should be. Like I was like, this is amazing. Or there was a beheaded person.
Oh, I did see that one. Yeah.
Did you see that one? And you get a flash then of Taka.
Yeah, that was
and
good.
He's like traumatized by it. Oh, it's so good. Like I love that. That's why I wish I knew when the thing was going to end, because as soon as it does, those flashes stop.
There's a lot. I think it needed to be a little bit longer with the main quests. There's plenty to do in it with the side quests and the sanctuaries and lighthouses and all that kind of stuff. But for the main quest, it definitely needs to be maybe an extra 2 missions, I think.
Yeah,
just to give it a good length.
I think you needed to be
and
very
to help
aware.
You explore the island more.
Yeah, but I think you need to be very aware that this is the one where I'm going to kill the eagle.
Well, I was aware.
Okay.
That we were going to kill the eagle on that mission, because they talked about bringing her to the site where they killed Kazumasa, his father. So I was like,
they say that mid-mission though, don't they?
I don't think they say it before you start the mission.
Yeah.
They just say, "Oh, we think we know where the eagle is."
Yeah, we know.
I was like,
I get what you're saying. Yeah.
And I was like, going into that mission, I was like, okay, so this is going to be the turning point where we get captured and someone's going to die. It's going to go bad. This is that point now. Or like the tension between Jin and Tenzo is going to rile up even more. Like I figured a Taka scene essentially had to happen before we ever get to kill the eagle. And it didn't really happen. Which is okay, but I felt like in the beats of the narrative, it needed something, and it just kind of missed it.
It also felt a bit like I too felt that was like a turning point where they felt they were after the eagle, when in actual fact it's like the eagle has poisoned Jin to knowing that he would infiltrate the rebels. He will basically bring the rebels to her, and it felt like the hot gates a bit from 300 going through those tunnels, that the Mongolians would actually have this trap. They would defeat you there and then, and you'd have to learn a new tactic or something like that, learn a new way of fighting the Mongolians and come back at it. But when you get to the end, it just felt a bit weird that it's just the eagle and just the other guy. And it's like, where's your army?
Why
would you be here on your
own?
own?
Thought I was running into a trap here. Like, where is the trap?
It's a bit strange.
I
would
agree.
have preferred to really have chased her down with a new tactic, a new technique, and she is on her own. And then you have the 1-to-1. It's just a bit odd how it played out.
She's like the fight?
Fight's good, yeah.
Fight's good.
Fucked me up 3 times, but
I fought her in Kazumasa's armor, but I was like, yeah.
So did I.
That's cool. That's cool. The scenery was beautiful.
Yes.
Yeah.
Absolutely stunning. Well, the whole thing is stunning. But even running through those chasms and like even the flowers that dangle down and stuff like was fucking
it was
beautiful.
Really nice. Yeah. But it is a pity that it's just it's just weird how it's just there's this part of the map and that part of the map that haven't been discovered yet, essentially, unless you've decided to run around in free roam. But in terms of mission wise, I feel like there's a mission there and a mission there missing. Yeah,
I get you. I one of the things I really admire about Ghost of Tsushima is that some of the side quests won't have a happy ending. Like I remember one in the main game where you meet a father and he's looking for his son or something like that. Yeah. And you run off. Anyway, it ends in like the person you're looking for after hanging themselves or something like that. Like it doesn't end well, and it's just that's life. You have to move on. There's nothing you could have done or something like that. There's one of those quests on Iki Island where a monk has gone missing. Did you do this one? Well, Eric, you obviously have the 100%.
Yes, yeah.
And but then a woman says that her husband has gone missing too.
Oh yes, and you have to choose between the two.
And you have to choose which one to save. And I figured she was like, "No, please save them both." And he was like, "I will do my best." I was like, "Okay, so if I do this right, I could probably save them both." But you can't. One of them will die if you save one.
Yeah. No matter what you do.
Yeah, like they're too far away from each other. As soon as you attack one camp, the other camp becomes aware and kill their hostage. And to me, it was a really like kind of gutting but refreshing way of like just going, look at, you can't save everyone. You know, I was like, if this was a Spider-Man game, it would be mission failed if any of them died. I'd have to save every hostage.
Yeah.
But in this scenario, it was just like, no, you have to make a choice, and then you have to live with the choice. And I thought it was really, really well done. Like the writing in general, I think is really solid.
Yeah, I feel like as well they're kind of using this as a playground to explore what they can do next. Because you could see that being a main core of the next game, let's say, where who you save might have consequences of who will be with you at the end.
Yeah.
You know, because with the base game, it was like you help certain people and they're all with you at the very end to attack the Khan. So you could have like kind of a suicide mission kind of moment from
Mass Effect 2.
2,
I would
but like in
love
Ghost
that.
of Tsushima. Like,
Yeah, and
where
I
you
would
have to
love
actually
that.
try
Like,
and build up a reputation with someone. Like maybe you didn't do enough missions for them to help them. Maybe you didn't. If you fulfilled their full quest, maybe they are more your friend now than another person.
yeah, and maybe like their quests have options. Like, do you remember like Lady Masako at one point fights you in, the base game, and like maybe in a similar scenario in the sequel with allies, it's like a case of if you can't resolve that issue, you'll actually end up killing that character, and they won't be with you.
Yeah,
at the
there'll
end.
have be disputes and stuff. Yeah.
You know, like that would be amazing. I would love like if there's anything that they could add to it, the playing with the relationships around the characters would be
because they could do a cool
fantastic.
thing with like obviously there's the tension with like fighting alongside a Ronin because you don't class yourself as one even though you technically are, and then there's the tension between the samurai because they don't see you as honorable and stuff like that, so you'd be like balancing, like they both know that they need you to help fight off the invasion, but they don't believe in your methods, you don't believe in theirs, and it's like tension to them within the group. Could have a cool kind of Tony Stark, Captain America kind of vibe happening there, where they have to try and build a relationship through the gameplay, through the actions you take. Yeah, it could be cool.
I think that'd be really great. Did you guys check out the extra content, the digital artwork and the commentary?
I did not know they were there. Where do I find them?
Okay. So if you're on the base game, and not even before you click into the game, if you're just on your menu and you highlight that icon for the game and you push options.
Okay.
And you go down to game version where you could jump between PS4 or PS5.
Right.
You will also see Ghost of Tsushima Director's Cut bonus content. You go into that.
I already have that stuff.
Yeah, you go into it though.
Right.
No, like it's a menu.
It's a separate game, is it?
Artwork you can look at, and there's a video you can look at. So the video is about 45 minutes long, and it's the game's creative director having a conversation with two Japanese historians. And they have a conversation about some of the stuff that's included in the game and whether or not it's historically accurate or not, or just like it's just interesting that you use that for the period that you're in, and then the creative director gets to, say why they did certain things. Like, there's some things that they got accurate, and there's obviously things that are like highly romanticized because they're also, it's not just a historical era game, it's also about Japanese cinema or something. And they call it a hamburger samurai movie. It was like, because it's like, other people, like other people make spaghetti westerns,
right?
So it was like, so we were kind of looking at this as like a Hamburg samurai movie. Like if Americans were to make an Akira Kurosawa movie, this is what it looks like almost,
That's that doesn't sound quite as romantic as spaghetti western. It just it sounds like an insult.
Yeah, it kind of does. It came up like he wasn't saying that that's how they actually class it. But he was like, if you want to, follow that kind of naming scheme, that's one way you could look at it, maybe. But there's a lot of interesting information in that. Especially,
I hate how that's handled. Then,
yeah, it's not. The layout is terrible because for me to get from one to the other, I had to. So I went into one and then I couldn't go back without exiting out of the app to get back into it.
Yeah,
to get to the other one.
Why isn't that in the game? Like
silly. I don't know.
I've seen that before though. That interview and stuff and that artwork.
Oh, had you?
Yeah, because it was already there to download. That's not part of the.
I thought it was included with the director's cut.
It could have been if you didn't get it, but I think because we pre-ordered it, we got it.
Right? Oh, well, it was my first time seeing it. I thought because I remember saying that the director's cut comes with it. So, and the artwork then is stunning. The artwork is well worth looking at. I wish I could screenshot it. You're not allowed to screenshot it because
Really?
I would love to. Yeah, because I would love to share the fuck out of it, but it is stunning.
Or set them as that's an omission, I think, is being able to set them as a wallpaper on the PlayStation.
Yeah, because there's so many
yeah.
of them where you're like, oh, I would use that.
Yeah.
Like they look gorgeous, look so good.
Like, what's the point in giving you digital artwork if you can't fucking do anything with it?
Yeah, all you can do is look at it. Yeah, I don't know. Yeah, like I would nearly, if in that case, I would prefer a physical art book or something
Absolutely,
that was available to
definitely.
get,
A coffee book,
and
a coffee table book. Yeah,
I would get that. Because the art is amazing, absolutely amazing. Anything else that we want to talk about in terms of Iki Island before we finish up today's discussion?
The riddles,
riddles, which are I'm sure people know, or if you don't, this might be something you've missed. They are PlayStation game references, aren't they?
Yeah.
Each one is tied to one of 3 games: God of War, the 2018 version; Bloodborne. What was the third?
Shadow of the Colossus.
Shadow of the Colossus. That's right.
Because we were talking about it last week, Eric. I think
the statues. Are you like, what do you do with them?
Yeah, you were talking about the scrolls, and I was saying it sounds like those poems have it tells you what to do, like, or at least there's a reference at least of what to do. Yeah. And I just refused to look up. I just wanted to see, could I do it?
I haven't even tried it yet, but I was blown away when you sent that picture of the God of War reference, which I hadn't seen yet, and I was like, wait, what?
Well, the Bloodborne one is the first one I came across, and I couldn't understand what the fuck. And then I came across the Shadow of Colossus one, and I still couldn't understand what the fuck. And once I got to the God of War one, or the Statue of Ash, or Shrine of Ash, or whatever it's called, and saw the handprint, I was like, that's God of War. And then I saw the axe. That's 100% God of War. And then I read the thing, and it's like Shrine of Ash, and then it mentions boy, it mentions stranger. It's like, this is clearly referencing God of War. So then I went just fast travel back to the other ones, and when I saw the Colossus one, I was like, and I'm reading it, and it's talking about the Wanderer and Piercing Stone and things like that. It's like, this is Shadow of Colossus. So it's only the third one I didn't understand. And Chris, you said it was Bloodborne, and then it's only when I seen it, then I was like, oh, this makes sense.
Like, I didn't Google how to do it, but I am Googling just to see how many are there, because I wasn't even sure at that time if it was related to the statues or not. I just saw your picture of like the tree. So I was like, oh, is there just like hidden PlayStation references all over the island? I was like, I want to know how many there are so I can go looking for them. But then it was just the 3 statues.
It's a pity there isn't 4 statues. Because
why?
They're based off I'm pretty sure they're based off outfits you can get for the Ghosts in Legend, right? But there's 4 classes in Legends.
Oh.
And one of them is the armor.
It's Horizon.
Is Horizon, yeah. So there's no Horizon statue, and I wish there was.
Oh, yeah, that
would just complete it.
Oh, I forgot about that. So wait, is the Bloodborne and Shadow Colossus and God of War, are they all outfits in Legends mode?
You get armor sets.
Yes.
Is it only in Legends though? I think you can get them in the main game.
You can get them in the main game, yeah. When you complete the shrine, that's what you get.
Yeah.
Or the statue.
Because I seen someone share.
That's your reward. Because I was about to say, I was like, oh, do you wear them? Is that part of the riddle? But
I seen a screenshot of someone, actually PlayStation themselves, which was a spoiler actually. They also shared the handprint with the axe in it, and they were like, oh, I wonder what this is. But they're wearing the God of War armor set that you get. Because you can see
that's kind of spoilery, isn't it?
It is. It's 100% spoilery, and it's like, this is kind of stupid. But I don't know how to fucking solve it. So I have a feeling it's you have to wear a particular armor set.
Okay.
And do a certain thing. But I don't know what the certain thing is. Like, I could probably
I want to try and figure it out too. I don't want to look it up. I
have a feeling, like, as I'm working through the God of War one, I have a feeling I have the armor set down.
Yeah.
Okay.
I feel like I do.
Which armor are you wearing?
The Traveler one. You let me know, Eric, if I'm correct. Okay?
No, because if I do that, it'd be spoiler for Chris. Chris wants to figure it out too.
I'm okay with you letting him know.
No, because the problem is, like,
you're wrong there.
I'm going. It's not Traveler set with the.
Not the Traveler set. No.
The alternative one with that looks like basically Kratos' armor. It's not that
the bandit armor, like.
Kinda, yeah.
No,
it's not that. Okay, because the thing is like, I'm going through a huge combination of the sets, right, and then that's all fine, but supposedly you would have to do a specific action and I don't know what the action is.
You have to wear armor, and then yes, you have to do a particular action.
I don't know what the action is, and I don't know where exactly in the vicinity of the fucking shrine are you supposed to do that.
I wonder, does it have something to do with like?
You want to know that actually?
No. Not yet. No. I wonder, does it have something to do with like? I have no idea. I haven't even read all the riddles yet. I have to get around to these statues, but I wonder, like Shadow of the Colossus, you spend most of the game riding on horseback, right? I wonder, do you have to do something on a horse there? And then with like God of War, he throws the axe. Do you maybe have to like throw one of your weapons, like a kunai, or doesn't? There's an option to throw something. I don't know. But do you have to kind of imitate actions almost from those?
Yeah,
games?
well,
I don't
the
know
Shadow of
what
the
Bloodborne
Colossus
would be,
one
though.
says something about appearing as a ghost through fog or something like that. Having
smoke bomb, right?
Making no shadow. So probably, yeah. I mean, I initially, because your flutes can change the weather, so I initially tried creating the fog by playing the tune on your flute.
Oh, yeah,
you
yeah,
can change the weather, but I'm like, oh no, I'm still making a shadow. So maybe smoke bomb is the right way to go. But
yeah, because
I just don't know the armor set.
Yeah, but that's how you'd make a shadow, isn't it? You'd be a shadow in the fog, so Shadow of the Colossus.
Well, I think it said the two
Must be smoke bomb.
not have a shadow, like eliminate your shadow, but
oh, okay.
And then with the God of War one, it says basically show me your strength of your swing or something like that. So I feel like
it's got to be swinging your weapon then,
yeah,
right?
but I just thought,
but with the right armor.
Yeah, with the right armor set.
Okay.
Just read the Shadow of the Colossus one again there.
Now or
right now, yeah. Just say it again. The general gist of it again.
Well, general gist is I can't remember the whole thing, but it sounded like as though you had to walk as a ghost through mist or something like that.
Right.
So that there is no shadow or something.
So you gotta wear the ghost armor.
Probably.
And then do the
I
smoke
did
bomb?
do that though. Maybe I haven't done the smoke bomb thing, but I have tried. I've worn the ghost armor. I've tried creating the fog, and I tried doing it at nighttime where there's no shadow. And that didn't do anything. So it's probably not that.
We'll get there, guys. Don't let us know what it is, but if you're watching us on YouTube, jump down into the comments and just let us know if you've done it. Just see how many people have actually done it, would be really interesting.
Like it's kind of it's a bit. I don't want to be like looking it up because there's like this kind of shit I just fucking love is trying to figure out. It's the riddles from Arkham.
From Arkham,
yeah,
absolutely.
They're very clever riddles.
There's so many Batman vibes in this thing, isn't there? So overall, were you happy? Are you happy with Iki Island as expansion? Do you think it's a good expansion? Before I finish,
so out of all the expansions I've played from, like, I mean, I think it's a better expansion than, let's say, the Final 7 remake one.
Yeah, the intermission one.
Yeah, there's a lot more content in it. I think it's more worth it than that, for example. I can't remember the last expansion that I think is as good as this. Maybe some of the Witcher ones, maybe.
Right, Eric, how about you?
Yeah, fantastic, really good expansion. It's a type of thing that again is I mean, I suppose whatever your opinion is on the pricing of it, but it's one of those things. But this goes to show that the developers have a love for the game and are generous enough to give to the players and appreciate the players enough that they're going to give them something worth not just money but time to play and love.
Yeah, I think
very good.
I think you're right. There's a lot of great content here. There's a lot of love here, and it does feel like an extension of the base game. It doesn't feel like some weird out of place thing. It actually feels like a very necessary story experience. I love all the flashbacks with the father and stuff. I think are great. But now we'd love to know what you guys think. So if you're watching this on YouTube, again, jump into the comments. Let us know your thoughts on Ghost of Tsushima's Iki Island expansion. You can go full spoiler on that, but just don't spoil those riddles until we can figure them out.